Hi everyone, Nessie Art here. I draw for fun and I make videos for fun. And today I want to talk about God of High School episode 9. It was a decent episode. The end part is where we get pretty hype. The start of it was, it was a bit boring, but anyway, we'll get there. So we recap with Jin Taejin and Mori's backstory on why Taejin had to leave him. And then we cut to Mori, who's obviously headed for a trap because he's in an abandoned warehouse. So obviously this is a trap to find his grandpa. And then we cut to the nurses Heel and Sai from the Big Bang channel, who are introducing the new matchup, which is Seoul versus Jeju. And the people on the Jeju team are all in hoods, which is not suspect at all. And then Mira and Daewi can't seem to find Mori. So Commissioner P comes up to them and says, you guys need to get to the arena or else. And then she says, actually, even if you do get there, without Mori, you guys lose by default because obviously my man Dae is still suspended. So then Mira is like, I'll definitely win. Then Dae finishes the rest of her sentence and says, I'll look for Mori. And then he says, try not to finish the match too quickly. Then Mira responds in that classic protagonist smug-like look and says, I'll think about it. I'm like, please, kid yourself. And then what else happens? And then when I saw the guy, the guy from the Jeju team who's fighting Mira, he comes onto the stage, he takes off his hood, and he just turns out to be like some muscly guy who's covered in oil. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about this guy. He's clearly not as evil as I thought because of the hoods. And yeah, he's only in a Speedo, by the way. Anyway, so then we cut to the abandoned warehouse and we see who we think is Jin Taejin. And obviously Mori is freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, I need to save you. Oh, I'll take you out of these chains and stuff like that. So then the head of who we think to be Jin Taeji starts, it spins. His neck is all the way around like an owl. And then he says, haha, I'm so sorry, I couldn't stop laughing. It was just so easy. And then he explodes. So then we're obviously like, okay, this is clearly a member of Nox who tried to assassinate Mori. And then we cut to, after the explosion, we got to Mira, who's fighting the oiled up dude. And he keeps like slipping out of Mira's attacks, only to be thrown by Mira's sword. Like he gets thrown and like someone off stage throws the sword that was stolen from Mira in like episode 2 or 3. And then as Mira attacks, the sword that she's using breaks and her father's sword transforms. So then obviously we're like, whoa, okay, this is very new. And then Dae is running throughout the area, like the building, trying to find Mori. And then he comes past the 38-year-old in the boys' toilets, who's knocked out, and he checks on him. Then we see some girl who's clearly watched a bit too much Kill Bill, who's behind him, and obviously her eyes are red, so we know she's like clearly like evil or something. And then we find out that apparently Mira's father's sword houses the power of the gods. And I can't say this name. I'm just going to spell out Fengxian. That's the name of the sword. I think it's pronounced Feng Xian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Then the old up dude tries to antagonize Mira, only to get wrecked when she starts fighting him without a sword. And then when I saw that, I was like, yo, Mira's kind of strong. Like, what? Sometimes I forget. Mira does bits, you know. Bro, She'll mess you up. Don't even. I'd like to see a fight between Mira and Tashigi from One Piece. I think that'd be a good fight. Um, so then, after knocking the guy backwards, Mira catches the falling sword, only for it to disappear out of her hands and to come back into the hands of the oiled up dude. And apparently, since Mira hasn't awakened it, the sword doesn't recognize her as its owner. So Mira is like she's duped, apparently, like essentially, and the assassin who tried to no the assassin comes up behind Mori after the explosion. We cut to Mori, by the way, and he's been eliminated because apparently the small fry need to be gone in order to accelerate the awakening of the key. So I was thinking, wait, so does that mean Mori isn't the key? Last week you guys were implying that Mori was the key, but now you're trying to blow him up, saying that the small fry need to go, so Mori's small fry now. Okay, anyway, obviously with that MC plot armor Mori's got, he got back up, and then he starts saying, "Who are you?" So then the assassin starts saying, he says, "Sharp and die," then says doppelganger, like, you know how most characters, they start shouting out their attack. And that doppelganger attack is essentially a shadow clone jutsu. Let's not kid ourselves. That's a shadow clone jutsu if I've ever seen one. So we cut to the oiled up dude, and he's still talking smack to Mira, and then he stabs her. I was like, whoa, okay, that was a bit much. So then, Day is he's fighting Miss Bruce Lee over here, and she's like, "Oh, you're so cool." And then he kicks her so that she loses balance and then falls, because he doesn't really want to fight right now. He needs to find Mori, and he also needs to get this 38-year-old out of here because he's clearly injured. And so yeah, he helps this 38-year-old, and then she gets back up and kisses my boy. Bro, okay, let's talk for a sec, right? Daewi, okay, he gets girls, bro. That's the guy. I don't care. He gets girls. That's my bro. Anyway, all right, listen up, yeah. Side note, the way some of these characters are designed, Anyway, moving off topic, the blue-haired guy comes in and then says that the fight that Mira and the oiled up dude are having is about to finish, and that you should probably go. He's saying this to Day, and so the Miss Bruce Lee girl, she starts walking off with him because they're a part of the same team, by the way, and Mori is fighting all these shadow clones on his own. The assassin starts praising him, saying, "Oh, you're just like your grandpa, this, that, and the other." That's essentially what he's saying. That's not actually what he's saying, but that's essentially what he's saying. So then we cut to... Mori is still attacked. He's still being attacked. Then he's pushed through the floor into the basement, where he sees the actual team of the Jeju team, and they're like corpses. So that means that the people that Mira is fighting, and obviously the rest of Mori's team that they're fighting, they're clearly a part of Nox and took the faces and like body and appearance of these members. Meaning not only is this happening with them, but it's probably happening with other members. So does that mean someone on that blue-haired guy's team is a part of Nox? Or is he just, evil for the sake of being evil? So then the blue-haired dude... No. Before that, right? Mori, he just blasts all these shadow clones because they're all on top of him. He blasts them, and then he hits his pressure points so that he feels no pain, essentially like cutting off his nerves for like an hour. I'm like, yo, Mori, Mori, are you big like that? What's going on, G? So then the oiled up dude, we cut to him and Mira's fight, and he starts like slapping her and then punches her stab wound. And then at this point I'm like, yeah, any sympathy I had for you is gone. When you start doing that to one of my favorite characters, nah, it's over, G. It's over. So, he's definitely gonna get bodied. I can't wait. Then I think Mira comes into contact with the god or something, and the voice asks her, like, what is your wish? Why do you fight? And then he starts saying, you're weak. I'm like, whoa, dude. First of all, Mira's pretty strong, bro. I don't know what you've been looking at, but she will wreck you. She will wreck and Shrek you, don't even. And so Mira agrees. And then she says, I've made up my mind that I'm going to be stronger. I want to surpass Mori and Dae. And so from what I can tell, she forms a contract with this voice, and her stand becomes, hang on, let me read this. Lu Bu Fengjian. Okay. Look, okay, the dude from Fate who's the assassin class, who then becomes a berserker class, okay? And the sword recognizes her power because it then, like, teleports into her hand. And so yeah, so not only does she now have a stand power, but the sword now recognizes her as the true wielder. And the old up dude brings out his stand, which is the Kraken. So, you know, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised that's your stand, bro. I'm not surprised that a tentacle themed stand belongs to you. It suits your creepy behavior. So then Mira, with her new power, starts slicing up these tentacles with ease. And then she uses Moonlight Sword style number 42, and then just beats the old dude in one hit. So I'm like, bro, is stand power that strong in this world? Like, what the hell? So then, in classic anime fashion, Mira falls to the ground, exhausted, to have who I thought was Dae catch her. But it turned out to be Mori. I was like, whoa, Mori, what's going on, bro? That was kind of quick, that fight you had. And then she says, you're late. And then Mori's like, yeah, that's my bad. And so Mira's being carried off to the nurse to, you know, heal up by Dae. And they start talking and asks what happened. Then Dae says, I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen my man that angry. And then we cut to Mori, his face, you know, he's hella serious. I'm like, whoa, Mori, you relax, bro. Then the next hooded dude comes onto the stage to fight Mori. And then he asks, what happened to the guy with the shadow clone? To which Mori just ignores him. And then the match starts. Then he asks the question again. He's ignored. Well, actually, he's not ignored because Mori does answer the question, not through words, but through fists and kicks. I'm like, yo, Mori, I wouldn't lie. The amount of kicks you're doing, you're low-key, yeah? Rising up to be one of my favorite protagonists, okay? I won't lie. I like protagonists that can kick. I'm tired of all this punching, okay? It's kind of boring. I want some kicking in my protagonist. Anyway, so then, yeah, Mori starts, you know, fighting. And then he says, Jin Mori, original. I'm like, whoa, my guy's got original moves now. And then he says blue dragon kick. I'm like, okay, that's a bit generic, but we'll still take that. So then he uses the blue dragon kick on the guy he's fighting, and apparently that's not enough. So then he says Jin Mori, original 2, twin blue dragon kick. I'm like, yo, dude, that's kind of cool. I mean, the names are kind of lazy, I won't lie. But it's still cool seeing characters kick, okay? So then the old dude, we cut to the old dude, he's watching the fight, obviously, with the rest of the, like, what are they called? The 6 members, who were called by the dude with the X on his forehead. They're all watching this fight. And the old dude who trained Mori to do those pressure points, he starts rubbing where his arm would be, because obviously he's missing an arm. So he starts rubbing it, saying, it seems that the tiger raised another tiger. So then we get a flash to Jin Teiji and then Jin Mori. And I'm like, yo, this dude kind of sick. Then the episode ends. So yeah, it was alright. The start of it was quite boring, but then it started ramping, like, you know, it was getting good near the end. But, you know, it cuts there. So, yeah. I hoped you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at nesu.art. And yeah, goodbye.
We're together, we're stronger.